Okay. So I'm here with Shaun and Sean from VooFoo Studios to talk about This Is Pool. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for spending some time with us.
No problem at all.
Okay. So I'll just kick straight off. Big fans of the previous pool games.
Thank you.
Hustle Kings on the Vita with the turn-based play. We got a lot of effort out of that. Pure Pool and even Mantis Burn Racing last year we really enjoyed.
Excellent.
So can you tell us a bit about your new game?
Yeah, I'll start. I've got the mic. So it's called This Is Pool, as you can see. It's our third pool game, Q Sports game. It's our best Q Sports game. We made Hustle Kings, as you said. We made Pure Pool. Those games are great. Been quite a bit of time since those games released. So
Yes.
Our capabilities, our technology, our team has grown quite a lot since then. So there's a lot of reasons we're making this game. It's going to be released on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Steam early part of next year.
Yeah.
So we've improved on pretty much every level, really, from our previous games and other games in the genre in terms of the way it looks, the way it plays, the gameplay, the physics, the graphics, the content. So we'd like to think we've kind of rewritten the rule book to a degree, with our previous games and made something really even more compelling and interesting and a lot more longevity. So there's a lot more content in it.
Yeah.
We use our own game engine, which has been completely rewritten. So the engine that's powering the game is completely different to what powered our other games. So
Yeah.
our capabilities are tenfold greater. So we're really excited about it.
Okay, well, excellent. So you said that there's a brand new game engine in there. What's the biggest difference then between the previous game engine and this one for
Game
those?
engine?
Yes.
I'm sure might be able to answer that. I'm going to pass the mic anyway.
You need a techie person here, don't you? So, neither of us are techie people. So obviously in the 5 years that's passed since, we've been using the same engine since our very first game 11 years ago, if you believe.
Right, okay.
That's not saying it's not been iterated upon,
Yeah.
but we've always called it Mantis. It's never been Mantis 1, Mantis 2, Mantis 3.
Yeah.
It's always been Mantis, but it's had iteration after iteration, and we felt that since our last game, there is enough technologies, new technologies that have come out that warranted us rewriting it from the ground up. What those technologies are, you'd probably need to speak to our graphics engineers.
That's fine.
But we were convinced enough that yes, it's time to put that engine to one side and start again. Writing an engine's no small feat.
No, definitely not.
So the early development of This Is Pool was slow, but obviously you earn the benefits at the end because yes, it's our own engine now.
Yeah.
It's very easy for us to do. We can press one button and a Switch version gets churned out. We press another button and an Xbox version comes out. You don't get that luxury with off-the-shelf engines.
No.
We can do cross-play very, very easily. We have to actually switch it off if we don't want it to be cross-play. So you get a lot of benefits when you're there, but there's an awful lot of work to get there. Yeah.
I mean, that almost answers the question when you mentioned it's virtually coming on every platform. I was going to ask what's the biggest challenge of working for all of those, but actually it sounds like you've defeated that problem from the off.
Yeah, I think a lot of developers and us in the past fall in the trap of taking the development of a game a long way on a single platform and then to port it to other platforms. It's a big job. You have to take so many steps backwards. So for Mantis Burn and obviously This Is Pool, we've developed the game in parallel.
Yeah.
So we kind of use Switch as our default platform. Because if it runs on Switch, it runs on everything.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that we don't utilise the power of the other consoles. But it's an awful lot easier to ramp things up than it is to squeeze things down.
Yeah, makes sense.
A lot easier. So
Excellent. So in terms of game modes, it sounds like there's a lot more in this one. We've had to go at the Danger Bowl this afternoon. How many game modes overall are you putting into the final version?
So we're kind of covering as many as we can think of and as many as we've been. So we've got 10 years of feedback on our pool games. So we know that so many different kinds of pool are being played over the world. And not just that, so many different rule types of each individual. So we're trying to cater for as many pool types as we can. There will be some we've missed, but it's our own game, so we can react really quickly and add them at leisure, I guess. We've got 6 mini games. We've got an extensive career mode. We've got a new mode, Arcade, which is a mix of what we call scenarios and trick shots.
Yep.
We're introducing tournaments to online, which we've never done before.
Right.
So there's an awful lot of content there. Multiple venues, 6 venues at launch. Again, adding to that later on. So yeah, throwing the kitchen sink at this one.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
So in terms of players, you've mentioned there's cross-play there, assuming platform holders want to go down that route.
Yeah.
What about friends playing with each other? Is it all couch co-op? Can you select it online? What are you putting in there for people who've got the game and just want to have that tournament or a good old pool session?
On different online modes.
On the same platform or...
Yeah, so we've got local play.
Yeah.
Another thing that we're introducing with this game is 2 people can play on the same console but use their own player ID.
Yeah.
That's something in previous games we've just had and guessed, but a lot of people requested, and they said, surely that's easy to add. It actually wasn't. It was like really hard to add. So obviously we went from the start and said 2 people are playing this and they can use their own IDs as well. So that's local play. Say we're introducing tournaments. We are going to introduce more and more online modes as the user base grows. We don't want there to be too many options at launch.
Right.
That everybody's spread out thinly. What we want people to have is a good online experience, and then as the user base grows, expand it for them. So that's the plan.
Sounds like sensible logic.
Yeah.
And so that spike at the beginning of online, if there are just certain modes, so that you're geared up for dealing with that and any potential issues that might cause. I mean, what kind of scale are you testing it out at the moment, or is it you just know it's going to work based on previous?
No, you never know that. So we're just in the early stages of testing. We've not done any external testing as such yet. We've got developers that work for us. We've got one guy in Vietnam, one guy in Romania, so we can do long distance testing within the company, but obviously as it gets closer and closer to launch, we will have to be doing mass scale testing online, and it's always the biggest headache, getting everybody to have a good experience online. For a small company, it's one of the biggest challenges. Yeah, definitely.
And all right, I suppose. Well moved. Well, I'll hit with the final question then that I'm thinking of. What's the most surprising thing you've learnt about pool in the 10 years of doing the games, considering how much has been put into it?
Most surprising thing?
Most surprising thing, what that you've learned?
I know it's probably back. I don't know. Surprising thing.
How passionate people are about their pools.
Really?
Yes. Very passionate. It's surprising.
It's a good question. There's a lot of things we've learned.
Yeah.
Which of them are surprising? I don't know. We've worked quite a long time in the industry, so we don't get surprised that often, do we? Maybe little things. Yeah, we can be hard to be surprised. But yeah, Sean's right. There's a lot of really passionate gamers out there. A lot of passionate pool players who literally will tell you everything that's right and wrong with your game, which is great. Yeah. You know. So we have listened to as much feedback as possible. As I think Sean said, rule sets are a big, difficult one. Sometimes you've got people playing versions of pool in American little bars in the middle of nowhere saying this is how you play pool and this is how you play pool.
Oh, so it's not just territorial as such. It's down to local level.
Something in America.
Bar specific rules.
Yeah.
It's obviously quite difficult to cater.
Yeah.
We're trying to cater for that. I mean, there are definitely more rule sets in This Is Pool than any other game we've made, for sure. And it is very encompassing, very comprehensive. And we are putting in a rule set editor to a degree. So
customization.
There's some big issues around, I think, UK Black Ball particularly, where people get quite irate if they sort of say, that's not Black Ball, that's Black Ball. And
2 shots on the black, you don't have 2 shots on the black.
So we want to have people the flexibility to a degree to be able to say, hey, let's set it like this and agree, and that's how we'll play, and a little bit of a customization in terms of the rule sets. So yeah, that's one of the things that's different, I guess, from our previous games. But we've learned so much, and you'll see it in this game, I guess. So hopefully everyone else is surprised because it's so good. I don't know, but that's it.
Excellent. And then, so when are you? Have you got a launch window for this pool at the moment?
Yeah, early next year. Early next year, probably first Q1, I'd say. Yeah.
Excellent. Right, thanks very much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really enjoy the game.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed your previous stuff as well, and
Great to
looking
hear.
forward to it.
Thank you very much.